Switch to Verizon Business and get more from your internet without paying more for your internet. Get LTE Business Internet starting at $39 a month when paired with select business mobile plans. That's unlimited data, and with it, unlimited possibilities. Start saving today with Verizon Business, ranked #1 in small business internet customer satisfaction by J.D. Power. Starting price for 25 megabits per second LTE internet plan with smartphone plan savings, plus taxes, fees, and economic adjustment charge. Terms apply. For J.D. Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for the stay.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's this time of the week that we like to say,
Welcome to Eejits of the World!
With you,
Glenn Wall, and you,
Andrew Maxwell. And what a cornucopia of clowns we have for you this week. We have the Eejits of search parties gone wrong.
We have the Eejits
Of Australian bureaucratic baby names. Strap yourself in.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Glenn, are you ready for Eejit numero uno?
Wait.
Well then, and what a this story. I've just been stopping and chuckling to myself all week about this. It's just, it's a thing of just beautiful Egypt. Well, in 2021, a man in Turkey called Beyhan Mutlu,
Okay.
from the Bursa region.
Ah.
He went out on the lash with his friends.
That is the sack of Turkey.
Exactly. He gets out on it. He goes out drinking with his friends. A weird and unusual thing. I'd never do that.
No way.
He goes out on the lash.
I don't have any friends.
It's true. I think you're fine. I crush the cans into faces.
And then you argue.
No, they argue back, Glenn.
Oh, yeah. Who starts the arguments, Glenn? Who starts them?
Anyway, so Beyhan Mutlu, he goes out with his friends on the piss. Mm-hmm. He gets super drunk. It doesn't say in the article what he was drinking, but maybe it was raki or,
There's a few Turkish delights that
aniseedy things with a bit of a punch to them.
Yeah. There's a milky one that they drink with beer, and it's apparently like legalized cocaine. Like,
wow,
yeah, makes them all yappy and crazy.
Well, but possibly our friend here, Beyhan, was involved in that because
Sounds like it.
Well, because what happens is, Beyhan, he wanders off into a forest and gets lost. He just disappears into a forest. Well, needless to say, his missus and his friends became concerned, so they raised the alarm.
Yeah.
So a search party was put together, and off into the forest they went looking for him. Beyhan had, in the intervening time, fallen asleep in the forest. He woke up, discovered the search party, and just joined it. He joined in. He, being a community-led kind of guy, he decided to join the search party to find whoever this poor unfortunate man who was lost in the woods was.
Did he know that's what it was, or did he just assume everyone else wanted more beer too?
They were like, I've seen the video. They're dressed in search party gear, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he joins in, and he's with them for quite a while, searching for him, until they start shouting out his name. And it's only then that he goes, "Hey, that's me. Who are we looking for?" So great. So great. He's then issues the immortal line. He said, "Please don't go too harshly on me. My father's going to kill me." Right? Which, then I looked it up, and Al Bayhan was 50 at the time. Like, what 50-year-old man is terrified of his dad? Like, how old's your dad, Bayhan?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, maybe it's a rural part of Turkey.
yeah, but even then,
Father was 62.
I mean, it's still bare minimum. The dad's got to be 66, or
Yeah.
I mean,
You could still be on the, like, if he was like a dock worker or something, one of those ones that just makes men ridiculously strong.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, he could be. He'll be a Turkish mountain farmer.
Something.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty tough dude.
Yeah.
I have to say, like, I don't mean to sound like a bitch, but I've seen Bayhan and he looks like his dad. Like, I mean, he looks like he's been drinking and getting lost in the woods quite a lot.
Well, this is what to me suggested that it may be a slight on Bayhan's character, but if you wake up and find a search party and none of your friends or loved ones are in it, like it just waited till your name was called, and that's how you realize. It has to be embarrassing for everyone to know. Like, notice none of you made it to the search party.
We send them out looking for you.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of search party is it that you don't even know who you're looking for? Like, surely somebody in the search party would have at least had a picture of Bayhan on them.
Yeah, yeah. It's a good. I would imagine it's a good place to have a posse looking for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's go get him. Get a rope, and then and don't forget the picture this time either.
Exactly. So I mean, yeah, if you set off on a search party and you know the name but not the face of the person you're looking for, you're just going to just take the first person you find, aren't you?
Yeah, how many times had they returned to the village with another Bayhan?
This is not the one we were looking for.
Yeah,
this is Bayhan Mataglulu.
Yeah, the father would like to beat him anyway.
Please don't send him back. His father is very thirsty for violence. He is willing
You
to
tell
beat.
all the other Bayhans.
I will beat any Bayhan in the village. The original scapegoat. So crazy. But I just love it. It's just, can't you just waking up like in a forest go, huh? Just, you'd still be half pissed.
That's the only way I would join a search party. Because if I'd woken up in like full hangover, I'm not joining any search party.
Unless we're searching for toast.
For some reason, the search party wanted to watch old episodes of Matlock and fear the future. Okay, I will join you. We're all going to a massive couch and we're going to lie on it and watch Matlock.
Matlock.
Okay.
Why is it always Matlock with you? Why can't it be vintage Simpsons episodes like a real man?
I don't, because I think at that point I don't deserve something I'd like.
Oh, I see.
It's all part of a shame spiral.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, so you're already ashamed of being drunk. Now you're ashamed of watching Matlock.
No, I'm punishing myself.
I see.
Yeah, but this is I don't drink anymore. So but they've updated Matlock. There's a new version.
Oh, right.
Which I fully do not understand why they needed to do that, because they made Matlock is now being played by Kathy Bates.
Lady Matlock?
Yeah, but why don't you just call it Lady Lawyer and not pay the Matlock people anything?
Or Matlockine? the lady version of Matlock? A Matlockress. Matlockress? You get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. But,
Yeah.
like you could even, in the show, just go, Man, you remind me of Matlock.
Not that one. I mean the town in Derbyshire.
Yeah.
You remind me of a town in Derbyshire.
Or just say, just reference the television program in the show.
Oh, yeah.
And say,
just absolutely
have you
stiff
ever
him on
seen
Matlock?
She's just like him.
Boy, you're excellent, like Matlock was.
Yeah, that could be like the theme. She's just like Matlock.
But spelt with 2 T's this time. Anyway, so yeah, I think, Behan, he must have woken up still really quite pissed.
Yeah.
Because to think, I mean, I'm not entirely sure if I look into the content of my character, even if I was quite caffeinated, whether I'd join a search party.
No.
You know what I mean? I've always thought that I'd be the kind of guy that would go on a litter picking thing, but I still so far haven't. I mean, I don't litter, but I don't unlitter either.
Yeah.
So, but I think you would need to be, I think I'd need to be still quite pissed and quite enthusiastic to go wandering off in the woods with a bunch of people in high-vis jackets.
I think it would have to be just something court ordered on my part. like if the call came out, it's like, yeah, but will this count towards my community service? Yes, Glenn, it will. Okay, let's go get it. Yeah. And I would have noticed that Behan had been with us for quite some time, but I'm not saying anything.
Shut up, Behan.
Yeah, this, unlike the other community service projects, has soup at the end of it. There's some hot drinks. Behan, be quiet. I've learned my lesson about drinking and driving. I don't need to do this anymore.
Shut up, Behan. I'll drive you home.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. He was terrified of his father, though. Amazing.
Yeah.
But apparently it's really not that uncommon. This story of finding yourself in your own search party pops up once every 10 years or so somewhere in the world.
Yeah, I've heard of it before. There was a comedian in Edinburgh, Emmy Matthews. She had a part of it in her show, but in that one, it wasn't a Turkish guy. They were in the ice. They were in the...
Yeah, it's Iceland. Yeah, in 2012 in Iceland, there was a woman who went hiking.
Yeah,
on a sort of mountaineering hiking, tour bus, and at the end of it, it was ravines and gorges and all kind of Icelandy rocky kind of outcrops.
Yeah,
and they were looking for a small woman all dressed in black. On a small island, all dressed in black. Do you know what I mean? It's
looking for a polar bear's nose. That's what we call them down at the detachment.
When those tourists go missing, they're just polar bear noses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the tour bus waited for the driver. Said, "I waited for an hour." She didn't show up. So they set out a search party looking for her. And they went looking at the... And it turns out she'd been on the tour bus the whole time. The chief of police, Sven Runarsson.
That's why they made him the chief.
You Runarsson.
Yeah, no, he just gets the most Icelandic name we've ever heard. You're in charge.
Sven Runarsson. Oh, did you know in Iceland, on dating apps, there's an extra button on Icelandic dating apps?
Yeah.
That's simply called, "Are you my cousin?"
It can only be accessed through a sixth finger.
The unusual fingerprints of old number 60. Are you my cousin? Touch our 60s together.
It's like a family seal.
When we touched our 60s together for the first time, it was like a volcano exploding.
I thought the flights were going to be grounded around the world.
Yeah, they gotta.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, you got. Jesus Christ, this Sven is the hottest Sven I've ever seen. Oh, do I want to find out whether he's my cousin or not? Not! Merely second cousin.
They don't even have a word for second cousin.
Lover.
Yeah,
Lover.
yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. Second cousin
Get
in
over here, you-
Icelandic is shh.
Shut up. Get over here, you sexy five fingers.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll put paid to that in a few generations.
Ridiculous now. Like everybody goes, oh, inbreeding will make you ugly. Have a look at Iceland. I don't know what the fuck, how they've successfully inbred themselves into some of the hottest people on earth.
Well, you don't know what they looked like before they started. I mean, this was Viking stock. These people,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
they were taking the best-looking girls from all over the world, and taking them back to Viking town.
Well,
And they're working on rowmasters basically for their entire adult life. They might have been like 9 foot tall and just mostly cheekbone. Mostly.
We grow the cheekbones out like this so the spears ping off. It's like having a battlement for a face. Yeah, well, they've looked into the DNA of Icelanders, and their male line is exclusively from Scandinavia, and their female line is from Ireland.
Oh,
Ireland.
a little 6-finger discount. That's a stealing joke.
Leave this shitty rainy island and come to my shitty rainy island.
Probably were really excited when they were leaving Ireland. Like, oh, we finally get away from the rainy island. Where are you taking us, Finn?
Well,
Oh, I just assumed you liked rainy islands.
I hope none of you has a fond attachment to trees. Or hedgerows. Or any living thing. Anyway.
Once a month, the geyser goes off. That's the big news.
Well, yeah. So that's it. Yes, she was on the tour bus the whole time. Yeah, and the chief of police had to say the bus was not properly counted. Surely the very first thing you do would check, just check everybody's on the bus.
That's the problem where there's so much nepotism in the country. All right, because that is like right down to the bus driver. That's
Yeah, it's all on you, Magnus. Yeah. Or should I say Magnuson?
yeah,
Because you're the second Magnus.
yeah, and you've been given extra fingers and toes
You-
for the counting process.
we use Magnus because it's a 12-seater bus.
But what you get in counting, you lose in some of the mental capabilities. And that's what they've learned. Like, yeah, I mean, we can breed a 14-fingered one, but is he going to be able to count to 14?
Well, he'll count to 14, but he won't be able to operate the bus, I can tell you that. That's why he's called Magnus Shovelhands. Yeah. I mean, some of the most beautifully
Got
inbred.
arrested for exposing himself because he tried to stick a 15th in there.
What?
Stick a 15th guy on the bus. He couldn't count to 14. He had to bring his penis out into the
I
to
see.
count that.
Oh, right, Glenn. Yeah, just lower the tone, why don't you?
I will.
Okay, well, that's why the fuck you're here.
Yeah.
I
Do
don't.
your job, Glenn. I will. I did.
I don't want to be the only one lowering the tone around here. I got tired of being the only lower toner in the game. And then when I met you,
I know.
I felt. Well, you know what I felt.
I know. I couldn't possibly get lower than you, Hank.
This guy.
Physically or spiritually.
Anyway, well, good luck to you, Behan Mutlu.
Yeah.
You sound fun. And, and all previous to this story, I knew about the Bursa region of Turkey was, I think it's where the Ottomans actually originate. The actual royal family that is the Ottomans.
Oh, I think you meant the couches.
Yeah, well, that's maybe why they had to invent the couch. There's so many dudes just passing out in forests. You just lie on the couch and you can put all your belongings inside of it and wait.
The Ottoman is just a basic. I don't know what the hell. Like it was like, well, we don't have any more stuff to build a couch with. Can we just build the middle part and then we'll have no use for it? Yeah, sure.
we want a box you can sit on.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
And for some reason, it would only be good for a dog, and the dog doesn't like it. That's what I've seen about Ottomans too. You can't. It looks like a place a dog should go, but the dog, for some reason, wants on the couch, but does not want on the Ottoman.
Well. You seem to be siding with the Persians against the Ottomans.
Always.
Looks like you're on the team rug. Team carpet against team.
Is that what all the fighting was about?
That's what it was all about. It was about rugs against Ottomans. There you go. But now I won't need to think about those things anymore. Well, when I think of Bursa, I will think of Behan.
Behan, what was his last name?
Mutlu.
See, he sounds like jazz.
Behan Mutlu.
Behan Mutlu.
Possibly. Well, okay. 3 cheers to you, Behan Mutlu. You live an exciting and interesting life, my friend. Yeah. And may it long last.
Llegaron los nuevos McCrispy Strips, listos para aventurarse en la mezcla de mayo ketchup, la barbecue que quedó en el fondo de la cajita, hot fudge sundae y en la nueva creamy chili McCrispy Strip dip. Los nuevos McCrispy Strips, ahora en McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Are you ready for a final story, Mr. Glenn?
I am.
Well, superb, buddy. Well, buddy boy, we're going back to one of the oldest stomping grounds of Eejits of the world. A land that brings forth many, many Eejits.
Let me get my hat with corks on it, because I think I figured out what you're talking about.
Oh, you know it. We've got a double header for you. A real rip snorter. We're going to Australia. Australia.
Good day.
I guess we say good day, Eejits. These Eejits are just as stupid as the other Eejits, but they're going the other way around.
Yeah.
Down the bunghole of light entertainment.
Oh, turds. Just take a different route.
If you look at it, the toy shits in Australian novelty shops, it's actually cool the other way.
Yeah. we twist them inside out and paint them on the other side. We got a whole new factory to do it.
Don't give the fucking secret away, Darren. They would stick them in boxes and people pick them. It's called the poo-poo. Anyway, let me take you to the lucky country, Australia.
Yeah.
Where it turns out they have a list of banned baby names. There is a list of 89 names that are illegal to call your child in Australia.
Wow.
And it is a hell of a list. There's reasoning to it. The baby name can't be obscene, offensive, misleading, which it sounds like you're selling your baby.
Yeah.
Symbols, so punctuation, or titles that may imply rank.
Who's been tricked by that before?
Well,
that's right, that's it. Damn it all. don't think that lady was the queen.
She's on the list. Let me give you this list. It's superb. So great. So, right. So the 89 names. These are all bad. You can't call your kid in this Australia. Number 1, Admiral.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 2, Adolf Hitler.
What if Hitler had been born there, though? Is that what they were trying to do? Like, did they think it was the name that was the problem?
I think if Adolf Hitler had been grown up in Australia, he'd fucking take it a bit easy, mate.
Or just fit right in.
Particularly in Queensland. You seem a bit of a liberal suck to me, son.
Oh, I love to paint.
Have you seen Adolf at the other end of the bar? Dirty greenie. He's a vegetarian. He loves animals. You're a fucking poofed, mate. Why can't you be a real man? Like a Queensland cop.
That's why he went to Germany. Sort of hustled out of town.
Yeah, get out of here, you veggie bastard. There he goes. There's nothing in your meat pie, you fucking squirrel. Sounds like an insult. Okay, we're only 2 into a list of 89.
Well, that's because you opened with Adolf Hitler.
It's alphabetical.
Oh, okay.
Okay, number 3, Anzac.
Well, why not?
I don't know. It's pretty much the ultimate stolen valor, isn't it? You're claiming your newborn baby in 2025 fought in Gallipoli. Number 4, Australia. You can't call your child Australia in Australia.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, which I thought was quite weird because it is a very, very patriotic country. Rightfully so, by the way.
Yeah, good thing the Beckhams didn't have one of their children conceived there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he could be an Australian outside of Australia.
Yeah.
And God damn it, there's a lot of them. But once he was in Australia, he'd have to turn it down. Just call me Stephen.
Just call me Aussie.
Just call me Aussie. Number 5, Baron.
Well, that means Baron Trump is in trouble.
Yeah. No going to Australia for you weird giant.
Yeah, I had the line about Baron Trump. I was like, it just sounds gross. Sounds like a queef after an abortion.
Oh, crikey.
That might be coming up.
I'm going to leave it in. Let you stew. Now then.
Ew.
Number 6, Bishop. Who's calling their kid Bishop?
John Bishop fans, Sue.
Nice, he's one of our best boxers. The catchphrase, bash the Bishop. Number 7, Brigadier. Number 8, Bomb.
Bomb.
You can't call your kid
Well,
Bomb.
yeah, because he couldn't get on a flight.
Yeah. You need to fly in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right.
Yeah. Why did you become a trucker? Well, me dad made me bomb.
Boom. Here's number 9. Bonghead.
See nothing wrong with that.
So great. For this to have been on the list, in fact, every name on this list, it means at some point, at the registry office in Australia, they're like, we're going to have to ring headquarters. We've got another name for the list.
It's his full name. We'll rarely use the entire. We'll call him Bong.
Ew, It's not even pronounced Bonghead, it's just Bong. Yeah. Oh, I don't see why it can't be named off the wonderful evening that conceived him.
I don't think that's what he got after he had his bong.
No.
I mean, if that's the story, that's immaculate almost.
Yeah, exactly. Let's say your father was not on top that night. Your father was just splayed out on a beanbag.
I couldn't help myself.
Yep. That's why you're here, little bongy. Because Mummy went wrongy. Our next entry at number 10 is brother. You can't call him brother.
Okay.
Number 11, you can't call your kid cadet. Number 12, you can't call your kid captain.
Oh, come on. Captain has to be... Cappy.
Poor old Captain Caveman. Bad from Australia. Yeah. Number 13, chief. Number 14...
What if you are a chief?
Yeah. Well, that's the whole point. It's kind of, as I said, stolen valor. You can't have a name that implies rank.
Oh, right.
Somebody has to make you a chief. Your parents can't just name you chief.
Okay, but you can nickname people chief.
You better.
Yeah.
It's a great thing.
A lot of Canadians just wouldn't be allowed in there. Hey, chief, how's it going?
Yeah, it's really hard.
The hell else am I going to call my coach?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I think chief's a great thing for a grown man to call a little boy. Hey there, chief. Yeah, it's great. But no, it's a nickname. Number 14, Christ. Right. Well, I mean,
Jesus, I'm sure, I guess is still okay, though. Because,
no, well, like I said, we're still alphabetical.
Right.
But Christ is banned, which is good because you don't want to be, you know what I mean? The confusion every time somebody, hammers their finger instead of a nail by accident. You think they're calling out for your dear sweet boy. Christ!
Well, Chris Novoselic, from the bassist from Nirvana.
What about him?
Well, his name is Christ.
Not quite the same. It's not on this list. Number 15, though, is Chow Tao. Or Chow Toe.
What?
Chow Tao.
Well, why not?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe we should ask Bonghead. Number 16, Colonel. 17, Commander. 18, Commissioner. Commissioner.
Big Batman fan. Well, I was allowed to kill the other ones, the Batman and the Joker. Two-Face, that was all fine. But once I got down to the Commissioner, they wouldn't let me do it. You should have told me that after I named the first three. I wouldn't have got that out. Just had to call the fourth one Peppa Pig. I couldn't think of anything.
Now I've got to call him the Penguin. Sounds ridiculous. 19, Commodore. 20, Constable. 21, Corporal. They're all in a theme.
Yeah.
Yeah. 22 isn't, because 22 is cyanide.
Whoa!
Oh, yeah. You can't call your kid cyanide.
Well, he could. What if he's going to be a DJ?
It's pretty cool.
DJ Cyanide.
Well, he's going to be in a nightclub in Bucharest.
You'll notice me in your fingertips.
23, Dalai Lama.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you that.
All right. Okay.
But what you prove it's not. Like if the Dalai Lama is dead when you're trying to name your kid, you're just like, well, you prove that he hasn't come back because I think it is.
Yeah, so. I think my little red-haired baby here, the pride of South Australia, may in fact be the 21st Dalai Lama.
That's right, man, Isla. We got the fucking Dalai Lama living right amongst you.
Yeah. You know how we know? He's a very good sleeper. 24, Dame.
Okay.
Yeah, again, it's sort of Sir and Dame is titled.
Yeah.
25, Devil. You're not allowed to call your kid Devil.
He should be able to earn that, though. After a particularly bad incident at the mall. Yeah, we've had a chinwag about it, Martha. You can call him Devil.
I think you should be able to call your kid Devil if your surname's Eggs. 26. You cannot call your kid in Australia Dickhead. as a registered name, as opposed to, because I have been in lots of parks in Australia and they're definitely calling their kids Dickhead.
Yeah. Oi. Dickhead. Fucking 8 kids come running.
Hey, kids,
Sorry, I thought you were me dad.
hey, kids pouring out of one ute. Dickhead. Me? 27, Doctor. 28, Duke. 29, Emperor. Somebody at some point walked in and went, oh, I'd like to call him Emperor. 30, Facebook. You can't call your kid Facebook.
Well, not anymore. The other kids won't know what he is.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. A class full of TikToks. And one Snapchat. One remaining Snapchat. And they definitely don't let Twitter into the playground anymore. 31, Father. 32, G-Bang.
Whoa.
That's what it says here, G-Bang.
Is that because they didn't know who the dad was?
Look, I'm not entirely sure. So I'm not...
Look, I'm not going to say gang bang. I'm not an animal.
No.
G-bang.
I'm just going to pull a discreet veil over it. Call him G-Bang.
When he's old enough, I'll tell him what it actually means.
Maybe it's not G-Bang. Maybe it's Gabang. G'day, Gabang.
Yeah.
32, General. 34, God. 35, Goddess. 36, you can't call your kid Harry Potter in Australia.
Surely you could call him one of the two, or could you maybe make one his middle name?
Yeah, I know.
Harry Potter.
Well, there is,
Jackson.
but it's a real name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Potter's a reasonably common Anglo-Saxon name. Harry's pretty common. There is a professional rugby player here in England called Harry Potter.
Well, that's why he's had to play here.
No, he's from
in Australia.
Banned. Yeah, he's a good player, Harry Potter, and I have to say, anytime it is like so hard for rugby commentators when he's playing not to. And that was a magical pass. He's got a wand of a leg. You know, it's so hard for them. So hard.
I was worried because my daughter's name is Ren, and I just didn't even think. But then somebody said Ren and Stimpy, or I think I thought of Ren and Stimpy, and I was like, oh my God, she's gonna be teased mercilessly of it. And I was like, nobody. Generation X is going to be teasing my daughter. Yeah. If anybody makes fun of her over that, then you got to check who that person is.
It's a 52-year-old dude with a keychain.
With the boo-boo hanging off of his backpack.
Ren and Stimpy.
Where's Stimpy, Ren?
Yeah, you fat bloated idiot.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, no, sir, I don't like it.
37, Honor, which is an actual, quite an old-timey
Honor
Irish.
Blackman.
Yeah, it's kind of an old-timey Irish name. 36, IKEA.
Yeah, some of these, you get the feeling there was just a really dumb person in charge. Like, you can't call him Honor. No, that's real name. Not as everybody says it's a real name.
There's nobody called Harry Potter. What are you talking about? What do you call him, Luke Skywalker? 39, iMac. You can't call your kid iMac.
Well, again, when did this happen?
This year.
They haven't made the iMac in a long time, though. The iMac is the old computer.
I see.
Like the one with the monitor.
Oh, I think they just must be always adding to the list then.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That explains why Studebaker's on here.
I would love to be called Studebaker. You know what that shortens to?
Stewed?
Stud.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or baker.
Yeah. Probably.
Either way, you're good with your hands. You'll roll what's needed.
There you go. I was trying to figure out how need was going to work into that.
Well, you dropped the K. Now then, where did we get up to? Then there's 40 Inspector, 41 Jesus Christ. He's basically got 2 entries on the same shit.
Somebody tried one way, tried the other way.
Yeah.
No, nothing. You can't have it.
Not even Jesus H. Christ.
Yeah.
Particularly if it's Harry. Jesus Harry Christ.
Or J's. None of those. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Jeepers creepers now. I know what you're trying.
Oh, jeez. Oh my God, Australia makes me laugh. Now then, where were you? We had Jesus Christ. The next one is 42 Judge, 43 Justice, 44 King, 45 Lady.
Wow.
46 Lieutenant.
Yeah, I guess he'll never know how to spell his name if you do that.
Well, at least we'll know where he's from. 47 Lord. Again, she's from New Zealand though, isn't she, Lord?
And she's put an E on the end of it.
That's
That's how she tours.
Sneaky. Imagine they banned her from the airport like Johnny Depp's dogs. Huge scene. We know you're sneaking an E into this country.
That's right. Yeah, you're not a royal. And you never will be. She's walking back to the plane going, I think I could have signed to for a song here.
I think I might have come up with a song. 48, Madam. 49, Mafia.
Madam?
Yeah,
I thought that...
Madam.
Well, couldn't you be... They don't want anybody to be... You're not going to be madam. That's just... Because you can be like a madam, like that's a title, but
yes.
like just like a French title for a woman.
Yes, or a lady who runs a bordello.
Yeah,
maybe they're trying to stop lady pimps. It's a noble reason. 50 Majesty, 51 Major, 52 Marijuana. You can't call your kid marijuana.
Not if you have any on you and you're trying to get across a border. Yeah. So your child here, marijuana, but you're saying you don't. No. I just like the name.
She wanted to call the kid Mary. I wanted to call the kid Wana. Marijuana. That's how you stay married.
Officer, you've been married. Yeah, come on, you know.
You've lived a bit, buddy. 53 Marshall, 54 Medicare. Really odd.
Like, we got rid of that.
55 Messiah. This is the first time in the entire list that I actually agree. Like that's very high expectations on a child.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know a few like parents like that.
My child's the Messiah. Just one of them. Right, let's crack through here. 56 Minister, 57 Mister, 58 Monkey. Now, fair enough. You shouldn't be able to call your kid Monkey.
I mean, these people have they never heard of the Baby's Book of Nicknames?
Yeah, you can buy it. There's still probably room for maybe 3 more Liams in this world. I mean, we're coming close to having... In Ireland, we're pretty much full to the brim with Aoifes. But then the Aoifes can spill out of Ireland.
Yeah.
You can still have Aoifes in the rest of the world.
But change that spelling, though, if you're looking to get anybody to pronounce your name on a name tag properly.
True.
Eofi, Efo.
Shut up or I'll release a Siobhan on you.
Oh, yeah, I know. Release the Siobhans.
Release the Siobhans. 59 Nazi. You can't call your kid Nazi.
Damn it.
No matter how badly behaved he's being in Poland.
You can imagine the woman that they denied, and she said, I want to name my child Nancy.
Nancy. As in
Sorry, ma'am. I'll see what's happening.
You filthy, dirty nadby. 60, Ned Kelly. Can't name yourself after Ned Kelly. 61, Nutella. Oh, that's a shame because...
sounds like it could be like a name, like a Serbian name.
No, I think Nutella's all right.
You could have talked your way around.
I've called me daughter Nutella because her mum spread beautifully.
And she's not as good for you as you think.
Nah, and she's full of nuts. Not only mine. USG bang. Oh, Christ. Oh, so many more to go. 62, officer. 63, Osama bin Laden.
Uh-oh.
First triple barrel name. Osama bin Laden is banned as a name in Australia.
Could they gone like back and retrospectively get any Osama bin Ladens out, like, because that's it's an Islamic name, and quite often there's not many different combos. There's going to have been
another Osama bin Laden.
Yeah, like just some dude that's probably changed it anyway. As soon as
either way, he hasn't flown in a very long time. Very long time.
And he's had his house raided by the Navy SEALs about 4 times already, going, sorry, dude, we got, sometimes we don't even look too deeply into it. We just attack.
Doesn't even bother setting his alarm anymore. Don't worry, those laser beams will wake me up.
Yeah.
30.
Yeah, when SEAL Team 6 died, he was sad. He knew those guys.
Boy, did he.
Put the kettle on. Oh, hey, guys, how's it going?
After a while, they take their shoes off at the door. Nice guys. Nice guys. 64, panties. That's probably the most objectionable so far.
Whoever tried that, I hope they didn't let him leave with the child.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't do this, and you can't leave either, sir.
Sir, we have some good news and bad news. The bad news is we're taking a baby off you straight away. The good news is we've got a labubu for you.
We've named her Lingerie. It's a little classier.
You can just call him Ray.
That's every time I meet a Ray now. I'm gonna think, is that short for lingerie?
It's going to be so creepy, but you've got to do it. That's a story I want to hear. Is that short for lingerie? It's just a 70-year-old snooker player. What?
I've never met a Ray that looked like it was short for lingerie.
No.
Thinking of all the Rays in my life. It's such a Canadian name. Like, you're looking for dew worms? Go down to Ray's. He's got an old whack of them in his backyard.
Hi, Ray. Or should I say lingerie? Yeah. My brother-in-law's called Ray as well. Oh, I'm going to be able to think about it every time I look at Ray. Anyway, 65 passport. You can't call your kid passport in Australia. 66 Pope. You can't call him Pope.
Wow.
67. You can't call him Premier. Yeah. 68. You can't call him President. 69 Prime Minister. 70. You can't call him Prince. But that makes sense because, as you recall at the very start of the story, it said no symbols.
Was that what Prince did to finish his Australian tour? Is that when he tried to change it to a symbol?
Yeah. Sorry, mate. You double band, you little sexy bastard.
Yeah, we figured out what you were trying.
We know what you're up to, you little sexy fucker. Go on, do the splits right in front of me right now.
It's not going to help with you. It's not going to help with your paperwork, but I'll enjoy it.
Yeah, it'll help with your passport. 71 Princess. 72 Professor. 73 Queen. 74 Ranga.
Oh, man.
The most Australian nickname on the list.
Oh, it's so It's one of those ones they got away with it longer because no one knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Because it almost sounds like it could be Rastafarian.
Ranger. Yeah. He's a ringer, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
If anybody at home doesn't know what we're talking about, it's the Australian term for redheaded people. Because you look like an orangutan.
Orangutan.
Yeah.
Yep. Ranger. You fucking ranger.
Already your life is hard. You've got red hair in Australia.
Yeah.
Like it's not for the fair-skinned people.
No. Or it is, but we're going to be digging lumps out of you for your entire life.
Maybe they just mean you're not allowed to have a ranger in Australia.
No orangutans, man.
Yeah, send them back to the Europe. The child will not enjoy it here. It's too bright.
Too bright. These are overcast people. Oh, all right, you can go to Tasmania. Down to Tassie with you. 75, Robocop. Banned in Australia, can't call your kid Robocop. Weirdly, you can call your kid Detroit. Not on the list.
Wow.
Yeah, but you can't call him Robocop. 76, Saint. 77, Satan. But unbelievably, it gets wronger. At 78, you can't call your kid Scrotum in Australia. But it's where the boy came from. You know?
It's easier than getting a bloody tattoo of him. Is that I remember his name?
Yeah. No, it's all above board. It's just, it's named after his personality, Scrotum. Every time I try and tickle him, he moves. uh, 79, Seaman.
Ew.
80, Sergeant. Again, job title. 81, Shithead. That's so on the money. It's so on the nose.
Yeah.
You shithead. I've got very high expectations for my boy.
Yeah. What if he turned into be one of those, like kids just sometimes they get into an environment and everything's against them, but they still, like, they're just super smart and there's, but he refuses to change it. Like, in the valedictorian.
Australia's first ever Nobel Prize winner.
Shithead Johnson.
Shithead Johnson. I'd like to thank me dad, who's here in the front row. Wake up, Dad. Come all the way to Norway. He's a real sook. Belly aching about the price of a fucking can of piss in this fucking town. Anyway, as once I set me mind to it, turns out curing cancer was a piece of fucking piss. The first time I walked into the lab, I went, right, I'm going to cure fucking cancer. All 700 different varieties, or my name's not Shithead Johnson.
I remember I was 16 years old. My dad had signed off on the AC/DC tattoo on my neck. I'm sitting in that chair for a bloody fucking hour. I started thinking, well, what if we attack it with photosynthesis and mitochondria? Anyway, cancer.
It's all done. Oh, Jesus. Okay. 82, Sir. 83, Sister. 84, Smelly.
What if it was, though?
I mean, all babies.
Sniff it before you say no. Sniff this.
They're all smelly. Yeah. Also deliciously smelly. They produce a lot of stinks out their bums and their downstairs, but their noggins are quite the most wonderfully scented things on earth.
Yeah, I think there's some science behind that.
There is.
Yeah.
Quite
it's
right.
True. You haven't just made something up. No, they do smell good.
They're wonderful smelling creatures.
Well,
At
you
one
have
end,
to
one end.
roast them at a certain,
I mean,
after about 2 hours in the
be
in
liberal
air
with the
fryer.
time, and I mean, season the baby.
Oh, you got to salt it, but not much else.
No,
Not much
no,
else.
you can dry pan fry them. Man. Anyway, we're almost there. 85 snort. You can't call your kid snort.
Well, but
I thought it was really funny comedian.
Mr. McGort, you cannot call that snort.
Snort my god. I thought it was funny. Look, it rhymes. 86 Socceroos.
Oh, God.
You can't. Weirdly, none of the. You can call your kid. You can name your kid after the Australian rugby league national team. You can call them the Kangaroos. You can name your kid after the Australian national rugby union team. You can call them Wallabies, but you can't name them after the national soccer team.
Because they've never won a tournament.
Well, that may be very true. You're gonna get off the list, boys, if you can just win a thing.
Yeah. I bet you they'd repeal that, and in a very Aussie way, like when they're having their big parade,
Yeah.
and then their fucking elbow comes out. All right, we've had a look at it. We produced the list, Warren. Again, the ceremonial pen is out. I'm crossing Socceroos off the list.
Socceroos is off the list,
Boys.
That's it. And as for you, Snort, you're illegal. I don't know how you ended up being the best player on the team. But you really know how to play between the white lines.
Shithead Johnson's going to come out here and sing his number one hit. I mean, this guy's a fucking triple threat.
He is. He's not as big a threat as 87 on the list, because 87 is terrorist. You can't call your kid terrorist in Australia.
But what is a terrorist?
I noticed freedom fighter's not on the list. And I think I've well and truly dealt with that naughty issue in a maturing manner. 88.
People at home, if you're not watching this on you. The man made a
I most certainly did.
like a double one.
That's because there's two sides in every conflict, Glenn.
Thank you, Andrew.
And they can both, as far as I'm concerned. Right. 88. Thong. Seems a strange thing to ban. Yeah. Pulling it to one side is how this child came into the world.
I'm talking about me shoe.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, it's thongs and flip-flop in Australia. Named it after my favourite thing. Me thong.
I lost me other one. I want to have a set again.
Exactly. I want to name the kid Thong. But my wife's a pong, and she kept flip-flopping on it.
That might be coming up for different reasons.
All right. And finally, dun, 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 the number one name in Australia the last name in Australia, I should say, that you cannot call your kid, that it is illegal to call your kid, Virgin.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Well, there you go.
No, Mr. Branson, you cannot call your child that.
No. Virgin. It ends. The
Get
list
back
ends,
in your balloon and go.
Yes, the list ends with the letter V. So you're safe, Xerox.
And now Shithead Jones will come out with this didgeridoo and play out the rest of the... Thank you, Shithead. Thank you, all the people at home. It's been a Paul People production.
It most certainly has. I don't think we can top any of it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, well, number one, we would like to thank the bureaucracy of Australia for deeply, deeply amusing us over a long period of time. Thank you, Australia. We love you. Thank you for joining us on Eejits of the World. We are on all your social medias.
All of them. Might not be available in Australia for a while.
But yes, because podcast has been banned. It's not. No, you can call your kid podcast. It's perfectly legal. We are the audio episodes go out every Wednesday, and we put out clips on the weekend. We're on all the social medias. We're on all your platforms. Please like and subscribe, rate, and do anything that will tickle the algorithms to allow the mighty wings of this podcast to flutter above the landscape of conversation.
The cyber landscape of truth.
No, that's nice. That was better. It has been a Pod People production. Pod People production, ladies and gentlemen. Pod People.